Welcome back to the year 1982 as we continue our look at the Masters of the Universe toy line by Mattel. Previously, we started our coverage of the original 8 figures with the Lord of Destruction, Skeletor. During Skeletor's review, I stated that of the original 8 characters, there are only 3 villains and 5 heroes, which isn't exactly true, as the character Zodac's alignment has been vague to say the least. He was conceived as neutral, but was later changed to a villain to balance out the roster, and then changed to neutral again. And today, we'll be taking a look at the Cosmic Enforcer Zodac, here on Creed's Collection. Hey everyone, today we are looking at the Cosmic Enforcer Zodac, a very unique character in the lore of Masters of the Universe. Zodac was originally created with the idea that he would come to the aid of the side that needed the most help, so neither good nor evil would become too powerful, thus maintaining balance in the universe. However, before his release, Zodac was changed to a villain to even the odds a bit, so for his Series 1 release, Zodac is an evil character. Since then, Zodac has been retconned to be neutral again, but it doesn't change the fact that on the back of his original card, it said that he would attack the heroic warriors with all of the evil power at his command. I'd say that makes him a bad guy. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Zodac. So right away you can see that Zodac has a really great head sculpt, even though his helmet is very reminiscent of Batman. And as we go down, you can see that his body is basically the same as all the other He-Man figures, very muscular. And if you notice, Zodac has the claw feet of the evil characters, solidifying the fact that he was meant to be evil at release. And if that's not enough, Zodac also has the claw hands that were reserved for the He-Man villains. Here's a better look at his helmet, and now that I think about it, it's more like Judge Dredd, and that makes more sense with him being a Cosmic Enforcer. And as long as we're taking a closer look at his head, I'll go ahead and point out that Zodac is a soft head, one of the first released Masters of the Universe figures. And now as we take a look at the back side, you can see that there's a lot of interesting detail sculpted into Zodac, like back hair. That's not something that you would normally see on an action figure, so that alone really sets him apart. Just underneath the clasp for his armor is his copyright date. I had to pop it open to show it, but as you can see, it's Mattel Inc., 1981, made in Taiwan. As I pointed out in a previous review, even though they're all stamped 1981, none of these figures were actually available for sale until 1982. Zodac has the typical Masters of the Universe articulation. He's got the rubber band legs that do whatever they want. He's got the arms that move at the shoulder. He's also got the head that can turn left or right. And he's got the swivel waist, and his power punch still works. And we're going to go ahead and test it out on Skeletor. What? Why me? Because you're the bad guy? Oh. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that never gets old. Zodac does have some very minor damage. He's got a slight scuff on his belt buckle there, and if you look at his foot on the right, he's got a very, very slight scuff on his toe. And that is it. Now I'll go ahead and take a look at Zodac's included accessory. It is a blaster pistol. He's the only Series 1 Masters figure to come with a gun, so that also sets him apart from the pack. It also gives him a distinct advantage because he is bringing a gun to a sword fight in this world. And one last cool detail is he's packing extra ammo, something I never noticed until I started doing this review. And now for our He-Man size comparison. I actually thought this would be redundant, but I think Zodac is barely edging out He-Man in height, thanks to the little wings on his helmet. Beyond that though, as you can see, they're basically exactly the same size, as are all He-Man figures. Everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy review for Zodac from the 1982 toy line, Masters of the Universe by Mattel. I learned a lot doing this review. I had no idea that Zodac was released as a bad guy. I always thought of him as a good guy when I was a kid. But I have to admit that his backstory of being neutral and keeping the scales of good and evil balanced is a lot more interesting, and I wish they would have stuck with that. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And while you're at it, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I review a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday, so I hope to see you next week and every week after. here on Creed's Collection.